Good morning, Eastern Oregon, and welcome to this September 5th version of AM Live on EOA, your connection to Eastern Oregon. We're glad you're here with us, and don't forget, we're on Roku. That's the easiest way to get our stuff on your big screen TV at home. So
September 5th already, second Monday.
Yeah.
Coming back right after the holiday.
Yeah.
My kids start school tomorrow. I know LeGrand's already started, but my kids start tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's already got a senior and a sophomore this year, BC.
Wow. I saw the pictures of your senior.
Yeah.
He looked good.
Yeah, he's a good looking boy.
Yeah.
He got
cut his hair
from his mama. Yeah. I think he shaves it. He tries to keep it short during football season.
Yeah.
Because, you got to wear the helmet and sweat.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know where he got that big old chain, though. Come on, man. Kids these days.
Oh,
or the two lines in his eyebrow.
Yeah.
I never wore I mean, my senior year, I can remember I did have earrings and I did have bleached blonde hair.
Yeah.
But I never shaved the old eyebrow.
Is there a significance of the lines? It's just a style thing.
Yeah, it's a style. Like a lot of them will put a line in their eyebrow and carry it up into their hair.
Yeah.
It's just,
something.
Yeah.
Every kid.
It's not horrible looking.
No,
but it's not
no.
It ain't really my thing, but it looks good on him.
Yeah. No, it's of all of the things that go around, that's the least distracting.
Yeah, it could be a lot worse.
Yeah.
It could be a lot worse for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. It was funny though. When you're my age, there's always, you're distracted. That's the best word. Yeah. Distracted by piercings or whatever the case might be, So the other day, Tanya, we were on our way to the Pendleton game, and we stopped through McDonald's at the casino, and go through the casino, and the gal who was at who took the order, she sounded like she had a radio voice. I mean, she wanted to be on the radio, just really polite, really, and so we paid her, then went to the next window, and there was a gal there. I think she was Native American. She was from, because that's on Mission. The reservation there and stuff. Yeah. And so, and she had some piercings that were a little distracting, but she smiled so much that, she just has this delightful smile and presence to her that it was like, I didn't even notice. So I don't know what that means.
Good morning, bud.
Yeah.
From Georgia, hot and humid, I'm sure. When I moved here in 1991, it was the summer between my 6th and 7th grade year. And I show up to school as a 7th grader, and I was the only boy in the whole school that had both ears pierced. Because, I come from Southern California, and everything's a little bit ahead down there. You know what I mean? And I got made fun of quite a bit. And by the time I was a freshman in high school, everybody had their ears pierced.
Now, in those days, it was kind of one ear pierced meant something, but both ear pierced wasn't. It seemed like.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I know most guys had their left ear pierced. But, by the time I was in 6th grade, actually, I got it done in 5th grade. Both ears was popular. My dad was into heavy metal and wore a bunch of earrings. So I was like, let's do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So for my 5th birthday, 10 years old, I got my other ear pierced. I already had my left pierced. I pierced it myself when I was like 3rd grade.
Yeah. I don't care. I don't care about any of it. People can have their own style. And that's sometimes the gauged earrings is a little distracting for me. It's like
my youngest has gauges in her.
Yeah. It can't, just, I don't know. So.
Yeah. But when you look at piercings, that goes back to like ancient times. It's not just today. There's been people piercing their bodies for hundreds of years. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I have seen some pretty crazy piercings though. Like, you see the people that have just
I know. Well,
I
guess, and my thing is that like in a retail business or whatever, like in our business, it's not about somebody's individual statement. There's a lot of businesses that you just go to do the business, and that employee, it's just like they wear a uniform. I don't mind people's personal expressions. They're out on the weekend. They can do whatever the world they want. I really have no.
I'm showing up on Thursday with a
Yeah.
big old bull hook right here.
Just a carabiner.
Yeah.
Just put a carabiner in
And
there.
it's going to connect to my nipples from my nose. Just see how you like that.
Yeah. No, I should do that. That's what would be distracting. Well, hey.
Let's do sports.
All right. Let me get there.
Morning Sports Report brought to you by Buffalo Peak. We still got a little bit of summer left, I think. I mean, next week we're supposed to get up into the 80s. Get out there to Buffalo Peak and see Dana and his team. They've done a great job. The course looks good. Buffalo Peak Golf Course, go through Union. There's a big blue sign on the right. Take a left, go up the hill, and check out the 18-hole link-style course. It's beautiful. Buffalo Peak Golf Course. Meet me at the peak. Sports. Let's first talk about the LeGrand game. We live streamed it right here on EOA Live. It was tough, man. We ended up losing 37-0. There's a lot of things that obviously need to be worked on. Very, very young team. I talked with Weezer's coach before the game, though, and they had 19 guys graduate last year, too. I mean, we had 22, but they were young, too. I think up front we need work, offense and defensive line. Carter Peasley went down. I heard that it's not like a detrimental injury and he's going to be back, but I can't. I tried to put myself in Fields. Malachi Fields is that? I think it's Malachi Fields, I believe. In his head, you wake up on Friday morning, a sophomore in high school. You don't think there's any way you're going to get any snaps, and all of a sudden in the first quarter, you're the quarterback.
Oh wow!
On the home opener, you know what I mean? And we just struggled. I mean, 37-0. We couldn't put any points on the board. We didn't move the ball at all. It was tough. We traveled to Crook County this Friday to take on Klamath Union, which matches up much better with us. I mean, we should have a much better game against Klamath Union, I would hope. So hopefully we can get some confidence and go over there to Crook County and put up a game against Klamath Union. LeGrand Volleyball plays on the 9th here at 6:30. Fruitland. So not the 9th, tomorrow, the 6th. I got the numbers flipped upside down. The 6th. Tomorrow, 6:30, up at the gym. LeGrand Volleyball versus Fruitland, Idaho. In that game, though, the football game, one more thing. It was really nice to see cheerleaders. We got cheerleaders back, which was really cool. The student section was good. There was good support. There was a lot of people there. I think this is just going to be one of those years where we're building. We don't have a lot of guys with varsity experience out there, so we'll see.
How early in the game did Peasley go out?
Early. It was either the first or early in the second quarter.
Oh, wow.
Early.
Okay.
Yeah. EOU volleyball had 2 sweeps this weekend. They swept OIT on Friday night in their home opener, and then they turned around and swept number 19 Southern on Saturday. They're good, man. They're good. And I'll have EOU head coach Khaki McLean Moorhead on the show today. So pay attention for that. She's always a really good interview. EOU football lost their home opener. Another tough one. I think the final score is 35 or 38-14. The new quarterback, Quincy Glasper, he looked good. He just, like up front, we struggled a little bit, and I'm hoping that Quincy can get comfortable and make it play decisions a little bit faster because he's going to have to.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, he's going to get. I think he was sacked 5 times.
Wow.
Which it's a lot of that's up front stuff, but it's also like, hey, if you're not going to have a lot of time, you gotta figure it out for sure. As for games in the future, EOU women's soccer plays at home on Thursday at 7. They're going to host Hope International. They're a really good team. If you have a chance, go watch them. And then Friday, the number 1 Mountie volleyball team takes on Multnomah at home, and then they turn around and host Warner Pack on Saturday at 5 up at Quinn. So we have volleyball home games again and another football home game. Saturday at 1 o'clock up at Community Stadium, your Mounties host Whitworth, and that should be a much better game. I mean, we should compete a little bit better with Whitworth. So we'll see what happens. I'm starting senior interviews today, so that means that I'm hoping to get every senior athlete at the high school. That's my plan. And so eventually, and then I'll pop them out one by one, and then at the end we'll make a little highlight reel of all of them. That's all I got for sports. Thank you to Buffalo Peak Golf Course. Meet me at the Peak. Go out there and see Dana and his team.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
So and the Peasley game, or not the Peasley game, the Wyoming game.
Yeah, that was a good game.
Yeah. So, yeah, for those of you that, I mean, I'm sure you follow Arnie Peasley, who played up here at the high school.
Andrew. Arnie's the dad.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Yes. Andrew, is the quarterback for Wyoming, and they played Texas Tech, and that was broadcast on a national CBS. Yeah. And
2 overtimes.
And they won. Yeah, that was
2 overtimes. It was a really good game.
Yeah, and they were not expected to win.
No, they were underdogs, big time. It's a Mountain West team versus a Power 5. I mean,
yeah.
It's funny though, because Josh Allen, the quarterback for the Bills, who's a really good quarterback,
right,
and then Patrick Mahomes, Patrick Mahomes is Texas Tech. Josh Allen is Wyoming,
right,
and so they were talking smack back and forth on Twitter.
I know. Well, they mentioned that during the broadcast too.
Josh Allen said, "We got a game in Laramie."
Yeah. No, good stuff.
Yep. Congrats to Andrew. That's a big win.
And congratulations to Andrew. It's like this is his last year, correct?
Well, I think he has one more year eligibility, but I don't know. I don't know what he's decided.
I think on one of the graphics it said his last year, but I don't know if that was but fun game, and really fun for those who followed him as a high school player to watch. So, all right. Well, hey, let's look outside there. The sun's shining right on the lens of the camera, so we can't really see very well. But let's see. Where's my weather graphic here? I'm going to be up to 80 today, and it looks like that's what it's going to be for the next several days. And it's really weird because this is Tuesday. I mean, this is the first day of the week for us here in the office, and so it's always weird when you have a short week, But
it looks nice out there, though.
Yeah, looks beautiful.
It was a little chilly this morning.
Yeah.
So but 80. I mean, I can deal with that.
Man, I will take the cool weather. I'm
not ready for fall yet.
No, I'm not either. But I love the fall the most because the days are not too hot and you can get out and work and do stuff, and it's not overwhelmingly hot. So yeah.
No guests today.
You and I.
Who do we have on Thursday?
George Mendoza is. I haven't confirmed, but he's on the schedule. So hopefully he'll be with us here. So yeah. So how was the weekend other than that for you?
Just work, just busy.
Yeah,
busy. When there's home games, it's just busy. Like Friday night football, Saturday football, volleyball, and then
And we had Tanya and I streamed the game in Pendleton simultaneously, and they won.
Yep.
And
Baker lost.
And that went pretty well. A little bit of a challenge for us because over in Pendleton they can't use the rodeo grounds because they're getting ready to do the roundup.
Yeah, they don't use it until the last 3 games of the season.
Yeah, and so their stadium over there is just, I mean, the grass is really nice, but there is no bleachers or anything. I mean, it's just a hillside that's kind of terraced, and people bring their chairs and they sit, and and so they don't have a press box, they don't have anything, so they set up a tent for the timer and the PA guy, and then they bring in lifts for all of the coaches, so that they're in the very back, so they kind of create those coach boxes at the top of several different lifts.
That's weird.
Yeah, so it's a lot of setup. And that's kind of a weird, I don't know why that to get up to that field there. I think there's a junior high school that's kind of up on top.
Is it yellow?
No, that's
the junior high.
Well, okay. This field is up above, kind of up above the prison.
Yeah.
So, but anyhow, there's a school right there. But to get up there, you go through like narrow streets. It's just a weird.
I've only been there one time.
Yeah.
That I can remember.
Well, I mean, so it's kind of when you go to the high school, that's all the access to the high school is real pretty and beautiful and easy. And you go to the back part of the high school, and there's the stadium right there. But to get to the other side of the stadium where everybody sits, you kind of go up through a residential neighborhood and up through, you kind of wind around, and yeah, it's a weird deal. But
interesting.
Yeah. So anyhow, we're going to do a cooking show tonight.
We are. We're going to film tonight at 8. We'll probably be out next week sometime.
Yeah.
I don't know what Russ has got up his sleeve either. He hasn't told me what he's making yet.
Yeah. We've just been so busy. We haven't had a chance to connect with him. So that'll be good. We're looking for a sponsor for that show.
Yeah. It's a good show. I mean, you can go back and watch the first couple episodes of it. Russ is good. He gives you a really good recipe, and we type the recipe out up in the comments, and
well, it's super unique.
Yeah.
Who else in Eastern Oregon is doing a cooking show?
Nobody.
Nobody. Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. So that'll be kind of fun. And Russ is, I love Russ's character. I mean, he was raised on the East Coast, Boston. Is that right?
New York. Yeah.
And so he's just got that. I mean, he just has that thing. But he loves being out here in West. He loves LeGrand. So.
Has a lot of experience in kitchens. Grew up in a pizza.
Right. Yeah. His family
basically, and cooked in Vegas for a long time. He knows what he's doing.
He's a real asset for us here in LeGrand, in this area.
People don't even realize that, though.
No. Yeah.
They don't.
So did you hear that both Monica McLaughlin resigned? She resigned from LeGrand Main Street, and so did Scott Newman from Chamber.
No, I did not.
Yeah.
What's that about?
Well, I mean, I know some of it, but I can't really go into it. But
I mean, I can assume.
But
I'm not.
But still, I mean, both of them. I mean, it's a real loss for us.
Yeah,
I mean,
a
lot
of time too.
Well, and I don't know. I mean, I had known that Scott was considering a change. I had known that for a bit. So, but yeah, and I was real involved with hiring Monica. So,
Well, there's a couple jobs open.
Yeah. And I can tell you, I have been on the search committee for LeGrand Main Street, I think 3 different times for an executive director, and on the Chamber of Commerce once. And it's a lot of work. And part of it,
somebody.
Yeah, it is to find something. And part of it is that it's hard for us to offer a competitive wage.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, those boards who are all volunteer, they've got to balance the budget, and you've got to figure out how to get somebody who is high caliber and can do the job. And
for not a lot of money.
Well, I mean, I think it's enough money. It's more money than I make, but at the same hand, it's a lot of work, And if you have competing offers out there, if you're good enough to get the executive director job here in either one of those organizations, you probably could get it somewhere else that's going to pay more. So
yeah, interesting.
Yeah. So, but
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, but I don't.
First I've heard.
But I mean, I know that Monica and William is the one who calls the Shrine game for us. I know that they're not planning on going anywhere. They're planning on staying. They bought a house here. And they've got some plans. So, yeah, but real loss for our downtown associations. So, yeah. Well, any other news you know about?
Not really.
Yeah.
No, pretty slow. Just sports. I mean, that's the only thing that I.
Yeah.
It's just,
when you get to this kind of the year, does it like? I mean, like next few days we talked, or just like wall-to-wall interviews for you.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy that?
Yeah.
I mean, is that something that's
Yeah.
like,
I like the finished product.
yeah,
I don't like everything that leads up to it, like having to schedule and trying to make sure that I get 40 high school kids in here at some time or another, but I like the end.
well, and the scheduling part, I
That's
mean,
the hard part.
normally in a digital TV station like what we have, you have a producer and all they're doing, or an associate producer.
Yeah, scheduling.
And all they're doing is just trying to get people in the slots.
Yep.
And coordinating their schedule and so on and so forth. So yeah, it's a lot of work.
Yep.
And
yeah, people don't know. I do it all. I do the scheduling, the filming, the interview, the post-production, everything.
Yeah. And it's hard. And I do
It's fun,
all the
though.
scheduling for the AM show, and it's just it's pretty daunting at times. So
Yep.
So
It's super rewarding though when you see the final product.
Well, and I mean, I genuinely enjoy the conversations that we get to have with people.
I do too.
I mean, and I don't ever have a specific direction. Well, and put it this way, often the conversation goes in a different direction that I would have predicted it to have gone. You know? And so
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So that's always delightful. That's always a cool thing.
Oh, thank you, Nancy.
Yeah.
Nancy says, as a parent, I enjoy your interviews with the high school kids. Doddsy, I appreciate you. And Bud says, love the interviews. Helps to know the kids. Yeah, I think it is cool to get to know, the athletes, even the EOU kids,
So at the Pendleton game, there were fans of yours that were commenting in the Pendleton game.
Oh, really?
Yeah. One of them works for one of them I think works for Jake at B&K.
Oh yeah, Bo Boston. Yeah, he commented on mine too.
Yeah, and
he doesn't work for Jake. Oh. He's an owner.
Oh, he's an owner.
He owns, I think, the one in Baker, or part of it. He's a boss. Yeah.
Good. Yeah. Well, yeah. So it was funny because I commented and I thanked B&K for their past sponsorship.
Yeah. Good old Bo Boston. He's a good dude. Cool.
Well, you want to get us out of here?
Yeah, let's do it. We'll do a short show today.
All right.
On this day, 1885, September 5th, first gasoline pump is delivered to a gasoline dealer in Fort Wayne, Indiana. First gasoline pump, 1895. 1972, 11 Israeli athletes are taken hostage and later killed by Palestinian Black September group at the Munich Olympics.
I remember.
I was on this day.
Yeah, 72. I remember. I didn't understand what was going on because I was pretty young. What'd you say, 79?
72.
72. Yeah. So I was only 9 years old, 10 years old. But I remember how dark that was,
On this day in 1976, Jim Henson's The Muppet Show premiered on TV with Mia Farrow as the guest star.
76.
Very first Muppets. Yep.
And Mia Farrow.
And then on this day in 2017, Hurricane Irma became the most powerful hurricane ever recorded in the Atlantic Basic region, with wind gusts up to 185 miles an hour. That's scary, man. 185.
Yeah, so that's wind speed of the speed of a tornado, only just constant.
Yeah. Constant.
Yeah.
Number one song in the country on this day in 1983, Sweet Dreams by the Eurythmics. You know that song? Sweet Dreams.
Yeah, but that's
and then I got a baseball quote for you today, but you can apply this to life as well. No matter how good you are, you're going to lose 1/3 of your games. No matter how bad you are, you're going to win 1/3 of your games. It's the other third that makes the difference. Tommy Lasorda. One more time. No matter how good you are, you're going to lose 1/3 of your games. No matter how bad you are, you're going to win 1/3 of your games. It's the other third that makes the difference. And you can apply that to life as well.
Boy, that's true. I became a fan of baseball late as an adult, and I was astounded. It was in Seattle when we were watching the games, and who was the designated hitter for years?
Edgar Martinez.
Edgar Martinez, and his batting average was over 300 or something like
all
that.
the time.
Yeah. And I thought, until I figured, I was like, I mean, I just had no idea that meant that 2/3 of the time
you're failing.
Yes. Yeah. And so
that's why baseball's so tough mentally.
Yeah.
It's the only sport where you fail 2 out of 3 times and you're a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Well, and it kind of, I thought of all those times that I played Little League and would strike out, and it's like my whole game was, I mean, I was
done.
defeated, man. Yeah. It was like, I don't ever want to play this thing again.
That's
yeah.
funny.
So anyhow.
Cool.
All right.
Appreciate you guys for tuning in. We'll see you on Thursday with George Mendoza.
Yep. Right here.